Hi, my name's Sandra Roberts. I'm Director of Sales for CADE, Plumpjack, and Odette. And I'm high above the fog line here at CADE Estate with the lovely and talented Danielle Sereau, winemaker. We are going to talk today about why CADE Estate Cabernet should be on your wine list. So I've been thinking about why CADE deserves a spot on every wine list, Danielle. And we are pretty special up here, but one of the things is the vineyards. Tell me a little bit about how we grow grapes and harvest grapes.
Well, we are certified organic. We have over 100 acres of vineyard up here on Howell Mountain that we work with between CADE and our newest property, 13th Vineyard, that we purchased in 2016. And I have 10 different clones of Cabernet Sauvignon, and there are several different rootstocks, and all of that with a combination of Malbec, Petit Verdot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and a little bit of Merlot. We get to create these amazing estate, Howell Mountain driven Cabernet Sauvignons.
Powerful and elegant.
Absolutely.
Howell Mountain has a reputation of being difficult to drink upon release, but somehow I've never had that problem with CADE Estate Cab. What do you do in the cellar, Danielle, to make this wine so approachable?
So basically, we know our grapes have a lot of tannin, so we have to treat them differently in the winery to make this style, this approach of Cabernet Sauvignon. So we do these short, hot, fast fermentations. Everything is hand-picked, destemmed, gently crushed, and then once we get it into the tank, we start pumping it over, do a 2-day cold soak to extract all of the color, get that beautiful deep dark purple red color, and then we pitch yeast, we start fermentation, heat up the juice to extract all of that stuffing, all those flavors, all that great Cabernet Sauvignon aromas and flavors that you want, but we don't want all of the tannin, so we press early. We press around 5 or 6 days of skin contact. We want the skin tannin, not the seed tannin, so we press early, finish up fermentation in tank, and then go to barrel, and that helps us manage kind of the masculine tannins of Howell Mountain. Take some of the edges off, make it a little bit more rounded and approachable.
I think it makes it perfect for a wine list because it's Howell Mountain power with elegance.
Absolutely, and that's all by design. If for some reason I get a lot and I'm seeing that it's starting to extract too fast, I'm getting too much of that tannin, I can immediately pull it off, and then that next lot that comes in I can make a little bit smaller so I can blend those two components together to make a really balanced wine.
It's yummy.
Thank you.
So CADE is really more of a modern approach to Howell Mountain. In the past, Howell Mountain has been described as something that was big and tannic that might be good in 20 years, but Danielle, this wine is drinkable now and delicious. How do you do that?
Well, we know we have tannin in our grapes, so we have to treat the grapes differently to get the style that we want. So we're taking our hand-picked whole cluster fruit, destemming it, gently crushing it, getting it into tank, and doing these short, hot, fast fermentations. So we want all the color, we want all the flavor, we want all the stuffing, we want all those great Cabernet Sauvignon aromas and flavors, but we want less of the tannin. So what we do, start that fermentation, get it up to 90, 95 degrees, extract all that color, all that flavor, and about 75% of the tannin that's there, and then we press it. So we're pressing at day 5, day 6 of fermentation, and that helps us create a wine that is still structured, still is Howell Mountain, but more modern, like you said, that has balanced tannins, balanced structure. We've taken some of the edges off of that Howell Mountain, classic Howell Mountain tannin.
Makes sense. Powerful and elegant. Nice work.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Now, Danielle, one of the things I think about with this wine is the layers of flavor. So Talk to me a little bit. How do you accomplish this? Is it barrels? Is it picks?
Well, it's all of the above, Sandra. So, our vineyards are on mountains. They're on hillsides. Nothing is flat. And so we have these beautiful tree-lined vineyards that have a lot of variation and variability in them. So I approach picking in the respect that I think it's not all going to be ready at the same time. There's going to be pockets of ripeness and pockets of things that need to be picked and things that maybe need to hang out a little bit longer. So I'll go through and, in essence, walk every row, taste every cluster, and try to decide, is this really the peak ripeness ready to be picked tomorrow? And I'll take a little piece of green tape and say, pick it. And
Wow.
when it's not quite ready and not the flavors that I want in the finished wine, then I'll put a little piece of red tape out there so that the pickers know red tape means stop, green means go. And so that lends itself to a lot of micro picks that we do. So I might, on our 13th vineyard estate, I might pick that property 50 different times throughout the 80 acres.
50 times.
Yes.
Wow.
And then, you can't stop there, right? You got to think about barrels. So I buy about 50 different types of barrels for our estate Howell Mountain Cab. And that is really to match the wine, those 50 individual picks, to the perfect barrel that's going to help elevate and raise that wine up. So if the wine is lacking a little bit of structure or mid-palate density, I have a barrel that can give you structure and mid-palate weight and texture. If I have a beautiful rose petal, floral Cabernet Sauvignon, I don't want to put it in an oaky, charry barrel that's going to mask all those beautiful characteristics. So I have a barrel that is respectful of the fruit, but maybe it comes in with some texture and density and weight in the mid-palate. And I have every barrel in between as well. So I taste the individual tanks, the individual picks, just before it goes to barrel, and I'll go through my list of 50 barrels and say, yes, I need this, and I need medium toast, I need medium plus toast, I don't want any heavy toast, and really try to elevate that wine barrel by barrel. And then, of course, it all gets blended at the end of the day, but I think it's that attention to detail that helps us really craft a wine that is elevated and complex and still speaks to Howell Mountain.
When I describe this wine, I say it is multifaceted, and CADE will not show you everything on the first sip. CADE waits to see if you're worthy of it, and then it unfolds gracefully. The problem is, usually the best sip is about here. Multifaceted, delicious. Danielle, we're sitting here in this beautiful winery that looks like no other winery I've seen in the Napa Valley. Talk to me a little bit about CADE Estate Winery.
So this is the first LEED Gold certified winery in California, in Napa Valley, in the whole state of California. It's amazing. And I really think it's a testament to our ownership and our commitment to building a winery and a tasting room that is focused on green building materials, reducing our carbon footprint on the environment, thinking about our energy usage and our water consumption throughout the life of the winery, and really being respectful of this place and to the next people who take over it, and the kind of legacy we're going to leave behind as far as this building and how we approached the construction and the overall use of it.
Well, I agree. Generations will inherit the decisions that we make today. So green concrete, using shredded blue jeans for our insulation. We make our own electricity. We recycle water. We didn't do it for the street cred. We did it because it was the right thing to do. We did it first because it was an urban idea, and the thought of building a LEED Gold certified winery on the side of a mountain in the country was insane.
Right.
So we did it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we had to train contractors how to make green concrete, which is mixed with fly ash, a byproduct of burning coal, and we kind of repurposed that fly ash into our concrete. But there were no local contractors who knew how to do that. So we had to bring in somebody from San Francisco to train the local contractors here. Some of the recycled elements of even down to our furniture that we have in our offices, the shredded up blue jeans as insulation in our walls was kind of a interesting concept that not everybody was doing. But guess what? Now you can find green concrete in Napa Valley. Now you can find blue jean insulation and do that on your own projects at home.
Really neat. Remember, estate-grown fruit from our estate here on Howell Mountain. Sustainable farming practices. LEED Gold Winery, the first in California. A modern approach to Howell Mountain, allowing a wine from a list that is approachable but powerful at the same time. Danielle's attention to detail, layers of flavor, multiple picks, 50 different barrels. Make this a wine that is perfect for your list. Danielle, the critics love your wine. I love your wine. We can all taste the care and attention to detail that you put forth. I'm so grateful for you. I know that your customers will love this wine, and it deserves a spot on their list for all the reasons we mentioned. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.